Air suspension systems have been around for decades, but they're now more advanced than ever. In this video, we'll be installing a Kelderman Air Suspension System on a brand new Ford F-450.
We're installing this 6-inch air ride suspension lift on this F-450 here. Should be pretty fun. There's a lot of parts, lots of labor.
As opposed to common lift kits, the air suspension system uses an air compressor to raise or lower the vehicle depending on what terrain you are driving on. As the truck is too big and heavy to be placed on a car lift, Tony will have to do the entire installation with the vehicle at ground level. This will slow Tony's installation time, which is critical as the owner is expected to pick up the vehicle in just a few days. Tony will first remove the bolts that connect the factory radius arms to the frame and install the pan-hard drop bar and drop pitman arm. Next, he'll attach the upper bag mount in place and tighten the bolts in the frame. Due to its size, the F-450 will also require shock spacers that Tony needs to fasten to the axle. The bottom extension of the lower airbag mount fastens to the shock mount on the axle with factory mounts. Tony will need to drill a hole at each side of the pad and bolt them together.
We remove all of our springs, and they're going to be going to airbags now, so it should give it a softer ride, more of a durable ride. I think the biggest challenge is going to be running the air lines and getting all the air pumps and everything installed correctly, and then getting all the wires ran properly and cleanly, having it look professional.
In order to install the rear suspension system, Tony will need to remove the truck bed to have proper access. After installing the trailing arm mounts and attaching the upper airbag mounts to the bottom of the frame, you will then insert the trailing arms into the lower airbag mounts. Next, you'll fasten the upper and lower shock mounts before attaching the sway bar to the axle in the factory location. Final steps will be to mount the sensor to the side of the frame, as well as the air control box and air tanks. The installation is now complete, and just in time as the owner will be picking up the vehicle the next day. If you're interested in getting an air suspension installed on your vehicle, please contact Ford of Bend today.
Kendall, let's start something great.